Well, Venom Snake's back looking like a Ninja Turtle. Guess that means it's time to do a mission or something.
Yeah, we gotta collect more kids so we get the full set, I guess.
To get back a film canister one of our informants hid in the field.
Oh my god, the missing episodes.
My orders to investigate the extraordinaries that showed up in Cyprus. The man on fire and the floating boy that keeps showing up where they're not welcome.
Well, half that problem is solved.
Yeah, I mean,
some top secret
we could just dump Volgan in the ocean, honestly.
Unfortunately, that meant our informant drew the attention of the KGB's Directorate S, and they took him out before we could make contact. The good news is he placed a report in a film canister and hid it somewhere.
It'd be real fucked up if, like, you actually lost a random intel agent. Because that just means Kojima could die.
The image is far from clear.
Yeah.
Might provide the clue you need.
God is dead. I believe it.
To try to clear it up, but for now, get to Spookmate Keep. The KGB have already dispatched a Spetsnaz squad to retrieve that film canister and cover the whole thing up.
Finally, finally, part 4 of the 10th planet.
The as a clue to find and retrieve that target. Why was Sahelanthropus mobile? How are the man on fire and that kid connected to Skullface's plan? If we can just get that report, we can blow it all wide open. Then we can shake off the last remnants of Skullface and the phantoms he left behind.
Ugh, I just got a little bit of Skullface stuck to my boot. Gross.
Oh. Don't track that in here. Leave those outside.
He's dead, but he keeps making speeches. Oh, by the way, this is the sneaking suit you get near the end of Metal Gear Solid 3.
Oh.
It was like the battle sneaking suit.
Yeah, I remember the orange highlights.
Yeah.
They're very distinctive as far as sneaking suits go.
Yeah, this is not in the game normally. It is also part of the costume DLC.
Oh, all right. While we've got a minute, I would like to apologize to the world. Apparently, I was way off base with everything I've ever said about Jeff Keighley. This is our first recording after it was revealed he will indeed be in Ground Zeroes. He was in the magic white hallway.
Yeah.
I'm eating crow.
Yeah.
And taking pictures of it because this all started with overanalyzing Kojima's Twitter habits.
I mean, now, okay, so Jeff Keighley being like one of the people that you can meet and connect with in Death Stranding. I'm wondering if Jeff Keighley got Kanye West in the game.
I was gonna say, I'm holding on to the fact that the Kanye thing's a fucking weird thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta. This mission gives you a mission, this mission gives you an image to help you find the item you're looking for, but it's all garbled.
Film canister.
Yeah, the film canister. It's all garbled up. So it's not...
kids these days don't know what a film canister is.
Yeah, the image isn't really much of a help at the start of the mission, but it's... Like I said before, a lot of the story missions at this point are pretty short, so we'll be in and out real quick. But yeah, I mean, if you look through Kojima's Twitter for all the pictures of random famous people in the white hallway at their studio, I mean, Conan O'Brien's gonna be in Death Stranding. Oh, something I found out about literally right before we started the call to record some videos. Remedy's new game Control came out, and there is some type of like experience pod, relaxation pod thing you go to in some point of Control that's voiced by a Japanese scientist, and it's actually Kojima doing the voice acting. Because there are pictures of him visiting Remedy, so I wouldn't be surprised if Sam Lake is one of the dudes in Death Stranding.
So you're saying there's a certain chance that Jeff Keighley is in the game and Kojima thought he was some fan who won a contest. Maybe an unusually old Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It did, like, that little bit they showed of the game where you meet up with Jeff Keighley and deliver him a package and you just call Luden's fan. The way they voiced that character and stuff, they did make him seem oddly clingy. Like, it's you deliver the package, and he's like, "Great, thank you. Hope you come again. I'm a really big fan." And then you leave, and then the hologram projection of the guy appears again. He's like, "Goodbye. See you later." And he keeps waving and waving and like.
Yeah, I mean, I've met people who watch our videos like that, and I love them dearly. I also like when they get the hint and we go our separate ways and live our lives as separate individuals.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see them every single time.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know if the person who I like 2 or 3 years ago randomly realized I was Chip Cheesem at the Black Dog Barbecue restaurant, but if you're watching this, hello! Hi!
Yeah. And I understand
I remember you.
It's not a good situation for you either. There's like no good outline. I get it. I've been on that side too. I
Yeah.
know. We're all in this together. It's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And that's really the message of Death Stranding, isn't it?
Building bridges, baby.
Gotta build those bridges. Anyways, hey, this is Spook May Keep. This is the starting area of the first mission after the hospital, all the way from the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
hardly recognized it with the weather.
Yeah. Well, damn it.
So how often in like the post Skullface game do you find yourself just bouncing back and forth between Africa and Afghanistan?
I mean, it's really just up to what you want to do at that point. The
Okay, all right. But like if you were to do story missions in order,
yeah,
right?
I'd say it's alternating, really.
Okay.
Yeah. Thinking about it, yeah, I think the next story mission is in Africa after this one. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just alternating for the most part.
Rather the Angola Zaire region.
Angola,
There's a lot of
Zaire.
Africa
Yeah.
that's not in the game.
Yes.
A prisoner. You gonna help him?
So yeah, there is a prisoner you can get. Funny enough, like the prisoner is like at a separate outpost, kind of on the very edge of the map for this mission. If you find the
That dude had the drop on you and decided to surrender.
he wasn't feeling it today.
Oh, I recognize those distinctive orange stripes. I'm fucking done.
I'm
no,
fucked.
no, thank you.
Yep, I'll work for you. Okay. I know what's happening. Just put the balloon on me.
Smart enough to be on the intel team, I see.
Fully decrypted the VI data.
Oh,
Now the target's
now
hiding
there's
place
a.
should be
Oh wait,
clear as day. Check your iDroid.
almost. Okay, yeah. Now the image updates, so it gives you a much better idea. Yeah, if you pick up the film canister, like that's the end of the mission, and you just have to like leave the map. Whenever that happens in a mission, like the area you have to just like run out of for it to count as like leaving the mission is much smaller than the mission area of the actual mission. So like if you pick up the film canister, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get that prisoner too. You can't because he's outside the mission area at that point.
Oh, that's a dick move.
It's
like,
really annoying.
like that has to just be an oversight. Like, come on.
Yeah. I don't think it's really an issue in too many other missions, but yeah, in this one, like I was recording this, it's like, oh, I'm gonna go get, but it's okay, we'll get him on a separate take. The prisoner, you do want to get though, because he has a unique skill. He helps you build better suppressors for all your guns and shit.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, you want him.
Yeah.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yep.
Just thinking about Death Stranding more, I just love how now that we know that like there's essentially a collectible of sorts in the game where you're just connecting random people in doomsday bunkers together, and that almost all of them are seemingly just people Kojima knows. I love how every game seemingly now is just escalating in how much it's just Kojima showing off his friends that he knows to everybody.
I wish all of my friends were friends. I'm going to try to sell millions of people on the idea that they should make my friends friends.
I'm just trying to think of who else. Oh, Sakurai is most likely going to be in it. He was at the studio several months ago, I think. Also, yeah, if you can't find the film canister, which I could not because I forgot that there is seemingly more than one location it can appear in. Oh, there it is.
It's not the most distinct, patch of ruin in this patch of ruin.
Yeah, it's just near one of like 5 or 6 jars this time around. Sometimes it's like wedged into a crack in one of the pillars instead. Yeah, anyways, that prisoner. He is over in this area that we haven't visited in an extremely long time. This is where we got our Russian interpreter.
Yeah.
Whoa. Running right through that dude.
Anyhow, it's nap time back at the old interpreter outpost.
I meant to do the sonar thing, but instead I just told my horse to take a shit. Whoops.
Hey, buddy. You earned this.
Go for it. I just love that the sonar and horse poop buttons are right next to each other. That's an interesting UI design.
Yeah. Can we rename our horse David Koch? Because he was also trained to shit on command by his Nazi nanny.
Oh, man. Yes, we can. I've rescued so many prisoners at this point that I wonder if all the other prisoners just, like, have begun learning about Big Boss folding people, and they're just, like, hoping any day now. Big Boss is here.
Imagine the sad prisoner you don't get. Yeah, like the prisoner in the Vapor Snake run. He's, like, blaming himself. What did I do that's not... Why am I not good enough?
Yeah. What does he want? I just don't know.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Good job. You got someone's vacation candids.
Oh man, imagine how long it would take for Skullface to show off his slides with how slowly he talks.
And here we see the storied snows of Kilimanjaro.
God damn it. And he probably takes a really long pause before he clicks to the next slide, too.
I was never given a choice which direction the slideshow should go. The 1 hour photo decided for me. 1 hour photo, Big Boss.
Oh, this tuxedo's really dirty.
That's a look. Oh my god.
I'm showing up to the wedding like this.
Hell yes.
Hey, everybody.
Sorry, John, I had a rough morning.
Oh, by the way, because we captured Volgan, we got the Fury Corn outfit for the horse.
Oh, no!
Look at him.
Oh, your horse is broken. Someone has done bad things. Bad things.
It looks like a helicopter crashed into my horse.
Oh, no.
Strangely enough, the horse doesn't burst into flames. I thought it would do that because Volgan's did, but, nah.
Well, we can't always have what Volgan has.
Yeah.
He was born rich.
So, you know, Volgan was still alive and also burst into flames because he was so pissed off and wanted revenge. And he was fueled by the psychic powers of his baby Psycho Mantis.
I feel like vengeance might be an important through line in this game.
Whoa. Oh, wait.
Snake, about the escaped children. Eli confessed.
He called it a
The way he
prank.
does it,
Did it for
he wanted to go back to
YouTube.
the battlefield. Don't rob them of their freedom, he said. If you bring them all back, there will be consequences.
Anyway, I have to pay forward the
To be asking for
Make
us
the
to
Kids
let
Escape
them
challenge.
consequences.
I'm tagging you, boss.
No
No.
idea. That's all I have for now.
I hate
You're
doing
too
these
attached to
challenges.
those kids. Stop protecting Eli. Listen to yourself.
Come on, Miller, let me beat him
We'll
up.
get some real answers. Not necessary. I'll report as and when.
But yeah, like Vulcan was fueled by Baby Psycho Mantis's powers.
Yes.
Where did the horse come from, and does the horse also want revenge on something? Because the horse is also on fire,
Yes.
and seemingly a supernatural horse because it appears and disappears randomly. This has to be
Well,
some type of out for
buried in
vengeance
the
horse.
cassette tapes, they talk about the industrial glue infrastructure there on Cyprus. There's a lot of reasons for vengeance in the world.
It's true, it's true. I mean, the horse is also, I guess, meant to look kind of like the boss's horse. It's all white and shit.
According
But
to
like,
the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here.
that horse isn't
Locate
pissed
and
off,
secure them.
I think. It just died because Big Boss ran it up too steep a slope in Peace Walker.
And this is the big honeybee amphitheater. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
One of the
This is a real like memory lane thing.
yeah, one of the damn kids hiding somewhere in here, but not in any of the comfy jail cells. Where you at, kids? Also, there's strangely enough no soldiers in the base right now. Mm-hmm. But whoa.
Ooh, what's this? Wait. Because like the mission locations are requiring it, this is making me think a lot about old updates and how much I appreciate actually watching them when you put them up, especially when, you know, sometimes there are videos of cassette tapes that we don't do commentary over, which
Oh,
means I
yeah.
haven't seen them.
Yeah.
And how nice a touch it is that when Ocelot was threatening Huey with metallic archaea going directly into his femur, they had a cassette tape for how he got some archaea.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
There's no soldiers on base because the only ones that are left are all possessed by parasites.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is the first time we saw the skulls. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I wish the water actually did something to them instead of just making them grunt. But they still have stats and stuff. You can try and knock them out via CQC. It doesn't really work. If you CQC them like a shitload, eventually they will pass out. It just takes forever. Hey. What? They don't get tripped or anything, but you can still Fulton these guys, like I mentioned before. Something I didn't mention though is that yeah, you Fulton these dudes, they get cured of their parasites, and because they went through all that shit, they immediately get a service medal that increases their stats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so these are just bonus boys.
Yeah, they got their bonus dudes. So yeah, these guys don't show up too often in the open world, but if you do find them, it's good to Fulton them.
Oh, hey, it's a party over here.
Yeah. It is good to Fulton them if their stats are already good, because they will just immediately get a nice little boost. It hasn't happened too much in any of the takes I've used for this Let's Play, but there are times where if you punch a dude out just right and he falls onto like a sloped surface, he'll just start skating everywhere. Because this game just really doesn't like NPCs or you being on even slightly sloped surfaces. Like,
Yet it's full of them.
yeah, it's full of them. But I don't. It's just really
There's a lot
picky
of these
about it.
guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys here.
So you could just like farm these special buddies. Do you also get their parasites for your skull suit?
If I remember correctly, you do not, because these are these are like the puppet parasites, which you can't use in the suit.
You plug them into the suit, and then suddenly you're taken over by the nearest skull. You're like, oh god damn it!
Oh man. By the way, those decoys.
That would be such a cool game over, though.
Oh, it would be though. Yeah. These decoys I'm throwing are new decoys. They don't have say any voice clips, but they're electrified. So if anybody touches one, they get knocked out.
Ah.
And also, sleep grenades do work in these guys, but they just have a massive amount of stamina, so they have to inhale it for a long-ass time. Oh, hey!
Hey, kid.
I noticed him specifically because he started snoring because he breathed in the sleep gas. Come here, kid.
So this kid got his freedom, got escaped by Eli. Mm-hmm. Then got captured by a bunch of soldiers, who then, after zip tying him, ceased to have free will.
Yep.
That's bad timing, kid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. Although, really, with how slow they are, he probably could have gotten up and ran for it. I don't know.
Well, he was very sleepy. We know this.
Yeah. Whoop. There's a guy who's freaking out a bit.
There we go. That's the ticket.
Yep. It's weird seeing, like, kind of goofy bugs and stuff that they don't occur super often in this game, but just by nature of it being an open world title, that's more likely to crop up. But it's weird seeing a Metal Gear title because I'm so used to them being pretty, I don't know, just pretty, like, bug-free in general. Like, there are definitely bugs in all the Metal Gear games, but they're all usually very hard to pull off. Whereas it hasn't happened to me in a long time. Maybe it's been patched out. But I feel for a long time when I played this game, there is a 50-50 chance when I loaded up the game that all the soldiers of the game would be holding their guns wrong. Their arms and hands would be in the right position, but all their guns would be rotated like 90 degrees, so they'd be like pointing upwards and clipping through their faces. Like, it was a pretty great bug, but it happened a lot. Oh, another child. Might as well wrangle them all up right now.
All across this great land of ours.